Hey YouTube, it's Max Clausen, and tonight I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile of one of my oldie favorite decks, and pretty much one of my fun decks. And as you can see from the first monster in the middle, and yes, it is Graydles. Now, little backstory with Graydles. Graydles are a very old archetype that when Kaijus first came out, you would mix Graydles with the Kaijus so they would have both defense and offensive support. But I decided to just stick with a main pure Graydle like build because at this time and age in the format, getting rid of problematic monsters or taking them away from your opponent really helps you out in the long run. And if you've ever seen Graydles before and played with them, then you know what they do. And it's always fun to see somebody's reaction when you're like, alright, you attack, steal a monster. And this also punishes them for just recklessly attacking any face down monster that you control. So, with that little backstory done, I'm going to be showing you the main, extra, and side deck, like I always do. And apologies for this video being taking a while to come out, but I'm with it, so let's go into the deck. For your first up, you're going to be running 3 Graydle Slime Jr. This is a must-of. For what Graydle Slime Jr. does is a lot for the deck, and it really helps them out. For first of all, his main normal summon effect, when this card is summoned normally, you can special summon, you can target one level 3 Aquats or Sea Serpent type monster. I believe it is. No, oh, never mind. You just target one Graydle monster. Look at me. You can target one Graydle monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And should you be successful in doing that, you can special summon one level 3 or lower Aqua monster from your hand to the field. So he obviously makes for very quick link summon plays and also synchro plays because he is also a tuner, level 2, which the deck also kind of needed to help support more synchro plays. And the other effect is if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon a Graydle monster straight from your deck. So he helps tutor out to get any of the other Graydle monsters from your deck, which is very helpful. Next, you're going to be running the main Graydle engine of 3 Gator, 3 Cobra, 3 Slime, and the 1 Graydle, well, Graydle Eagle, then 1 Slime, 3. When deck profiles back then, you would only really run 3, 2, and 2 because Great Eagle had the most attack points. But this time and age, you want to maximize on seeing any of your Graydle monsters of these as possible, and running 3 of them at the max is going to help you do that. And their effects are they're colored based on the effects. So Graydle, they all share the effect of being destroyed by battle. They take a monster besides slime. So what they all do by effects is destroy by spell effects, take your opponent's monster, trap effects, take the monsters, monster effects, take the monster, which is all really good. And they make for good defense. So again, it punishes your opponent for recklessly attacking a face-down monster. And one of their boss monsters from the deck is Graydle Slime. If you don't know what he does, you can target 2 Graydle cards you control, destroy them, special summon him from the hand or graveyard. And if he's special summoned by his own effect, you can target 1 Graydle monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense mode. So he makes for good play for the synchro plays as well, and even a Link 2 play, which you would obviously be doing now. And his effect really helps off with Graydle Eagle since he destroys those cards. And Graydle Eagle, since he's destroyed by a monster effect, can take a monster. That's it for the Graydle engine. Now for the best supporting engine that I will always use. 2 Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon is is one of those old cards, but it's still one of the nice ones. Meaning his effect is you can target 1 monster with 1500 or less defense. Oh, 500 or less attack. Oh, I'm sorry. 500 less attack, so his only target would really be Gator, but it's still pretty good to use Debris Dragon. So he summons a monster with 500 less attack to the field, and he can only be used for the synchro summon of a dragon type synchro monster, and he can't be used with another level 4 for a synchro play. So yeah, Debris Dragon helps you go into your level 7 synchros. It's pretty good. Next, for the hand traps, I run 2 Ghost Ogre and the Maxi because Maxi is powerful. And I just noticed all these cards are gold rarity. So, fun. That's it for the monsters. That is a total of 18. And one thing you can run about the Graydles is that you can tutor out the Ghost Ogres or the Debris Dragons in the Max C to run one of the Water True Kings. But that would be combos for another time. Alright, for the spell cards, you want to crap load. 3 Graydle Impact. You want to see this card a lot at any point in time. This card has 2 effects depending on which one you use. During the end phase, you can add 1 Graydle card, including itself, from your deck straight to your hand. Or if you have a Graydle on the field, you can activate this card to pop that Graydle card and 1 card your opponent controls. So it also another combo off of Gator. So yeah, the Graydles have some cards that help them tutor out their own effects, which is really nice. And water, since it's a big water deck, you're gonna be seeing. You want to run 3 Moray of Greeds, nice and shiny. I like it. Moray of Greed is a really good part of the Greed card. So pot of Greed, you reveal 2 water monsters in your hand, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw 3 cards. So this helps dig 3 cards deep into your deck, which is really nice. And you'd always want to see it. It's pretty much nothing else to say about it. 3 surface, since a lot of the monsters you have are level 3 or lower. So basically target a level 3 or lower aqua, fish, or sea serpent monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense mode. Helps you survive any play. And then you run 3 salvage because all of your Graydle monsters have less than 1500 attack. So good combos would be send them away somehow, salvage them, and then Moray Greed, and you obviously get a lot of plus off that, which I have done in the past. Then you run the powerful Soul Charge and the 1 Regeki to round off your spell count. It's pretty good spell amounts, to my opinion. Pretty standard of what you should play. Next up, for the traps, the 1 trap that helps tutor off Cobra's effect is Graydle Split. This card, you can target 1 monster on the field and increases attack points by 500. And during your turn, you can tribute this. Well, you can activate this card to send it and the monster it's equipped to the graveyard. And then special summon 2 Graydles with different names from your deck straight to the field. So it helps off Graydle Cobra's effect, like I said before, and helps getting a monster of your opponent away off the field, should you be able to take it. And it summons 2 Graydles, which you obviously be Slime, and another Graydle, or 2 Graydles for a rank 3 play. So it helps do more plays like that. Next, you run 2 back to the front. Special summoning any 1 monster in your graveyard in defense mode. Sadly, it won't be for links, but you know. And then since this deck does tend to kind of brick a lot sometimes when you have a lot of spells, you want to run 2 Storming Mirror Forces, or sometimes like you have a field and you don't want the opponent to get rid of it, just Storming Mirror Force it. And then the last trap card you run is 2 Solemn Strikes. To round off the trap lineup. Not really a lot of traps. You can run other things in the main deck, which I will show from the side. That's it. That is 40 cards altogether. Nice and well rounded, I would like to say. Now for the side deck, it's always up to your own choice, but I feel this is what can make Graydles a pretty strong deck, so bear with me. We're running 2 Ghost Reaper and the Cherry Blossom. Winter Cherries is what her name is. If you don't know what her effect is, you can reveal her. Well, you send it from your hand to the graveyard, reveal 1 extra deck monster, and look through your opponent's extra deck, and if they have that monster, you banish all copies of that card. So this really helps win you games should your opponent be focused on 1 extra deck type of monster. And in this game time and age, there's going to be a lot of extra deck cards you want to hit. If anything, I may bump her up to 3. Want to see how it goes. Then you play 2 Twin Twisters. You have a lot of discard fodder in this deck. It doesn't matter what it is. And then to help save your deck, if you're playing against that type of deck, 2 Imperial Iron Wall. I know it conflicts with her effect, but you can obviously do each other win or what. And you can obviously get rid of it whenever you want to. So, I mean, this, again, it's all up to personal preferences, but I feel this can help me because Graydles want the cards in the graveyard, and you don't want to banish any of them, and you don't want your opponents to banish them. And I really feel like a cheeky person playing this card, but since there's a lot of spell cards in this day and age, 2 Curse Seal of Forbidden Spell. I feel like such a scumbag playing this card. If you don't know what this card does, this is a very old card. First used in the GX series. So what it does is, If your opponent activates a spell card, you can activate this, discard a spell card, and negate that card effect and destroy it. And if you do, that card, any other copies of said card in the opponent's deck cannot be used for the duration of the duel. So it's really good. It's hitting things like a field spell, a twin twister, a cosmic cyclone, anything that your opponent has to rely on that's a spell card. You just activate this, discard, boom. That two other copies of that card are dead in their deck, and it's really gonna kill most of their plays. So it's a really good deck. And another conflicting card, but again, up to personal preferences. I run 2 Mind Drain for the fact that Ash Forehead is still a thing in today's metagame. So obviously, if I know opponent has a Ash Forehead, just flip this up, pay 1,000. Effects of a monster in the hand cannot be activated at all. So this works really well when you're playing against that kind of decks. So then you don't really want to put this in your main deck when you side. And then the best card to side for Graydles, don't hit the camera, is 1 Skill Drain, because all the Graydles effects activate in graveyards, so you don't have to worry about this hurting you too much, and you don't really go into your extra deck like that. But when you do, it's only like for getting a really powerful beat stick monster, so you don't have to be too afraid of you flipping this up and your effects are negated. Plus, you can always turn it off whenever you want to by some of your card effects. And for the cherries, whenever I'm siding those out, I have the Double Helix, the ABC Buster Dragon, the Glare, 1 Dante because they are getting their Link Monster, and 1 Totally Awesome just because there are a few players out there that still like to play Paleozoic Frogs for some reason or whatever. I mean, it's not a bad deck, but still, like, just hit Totally Awesome in their decks pretty much. It's not dead, but a big part of why they want to play that deck is kind of dead. And one of these actually would be tutored out for the new monster Skull Deep coming out soon. So whichever one of these would be tutored out, probably be Totally Awesome. That is it for my side deck. And now we go off to the extra deck, which I like to call one of my best extra decks for Graydle. First off, with the link 2 is you run 3 Mr. Boys. You have a water deck, obviously a lot of waters. You buff up water monsters by 500 and decrease wind monsters by 400, I believe it was. 4 fire monsters, never mind. Water monsters gain 500 attack and defense, and fire monsters lose 400 attack and defense. So it's pretty much like the original Starboy, obviously. You're a Starboy. Then you run the Proxy Dragon and Decode Talker to round off your Link monsters. Next for the XCs I run are just 1 Super Quanto Grand Pulse and the 1 Break Sword, because Break Sword is a good card. Love that I have this card now. Feels good. Next up for the Synchros. A few of these are not supposed to really be in here, but I don't have some of the cards for some reason or whatever, but I will get them eventually. Crystron Amatrix, because you grab Graydle Jr. and a Graydle, boom, Crystron. 1 Cold Dragon, because you can make this with what was it? You can make this with a little ghost. I'm sorry, people. Ghost. You can make it Ghost Reaver, summon it, make a rank level 6 synchro play. Very situational if you ever make this card, but if you can, just go for it. Now for the cards for Debris Dragon, you have the powerful Black Rose, the 1. I know you see it, but a Ghost Rare, Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Love having that. And the newer card that I never had before in my life, but now is Gungrir. Now what he does, you probably never seen him before, but if you have, kudos to you. Now what he does is you can discard up to 2 cards and destroy that many cards as your opponent controls on the field. So you can discard 2, destroy 2 cards on their field, or if they only have 1, you obviously just discard 1. Now, the boss monster of Graydle is Graydle Dragon. I always griped about not having a fair one, but now in today's day and age, you only really need to have 2. Because if you would get his effect off like at least once or twice, and you can get it off now even better since Graydle Slime Jr. is a thing, because you can make a 3-2-3. There you go, you have Graydle Dragon. They can pop many cards. getting into his effect, based on how many water monsters that you were used to summon him, he can pop that many cards upon synchro summon to the field. So back then it will only really be 2 cards, but now since Slime Jr. is our new monster, he can be up to 3 cards to pop, which is really busted. And if he is destroyed by battle or card effect, he can special summon 1 Graydle monster from the graveyard. So it's a pretty good monster. And one monster I just can't bear to take out, and is really good if you have Graydle Slime and 2 other Graydle cards. Star Eater. Star Eater is very powerful. Nobody should be sleeping on this card. What he does is, let's read him up close and personal, shall we? Focus. Oh man. Oh well. What he does is his synchro summon can't be negated, so warning and strike, no. And once he's synchro summoned, all cards and effects can't be activated, and if he attacks, he's unaffected by other card effects until the end of your damage step. So really great feeling when you should bust this out. Really powerful. Just having his summon not be able to be negated. He's literally a god card in my own personal opinion. Being summon can't be negated. You can't activate anything when he attacks, and he's unaffected by your effects until the end of the damage step. Really strong. But for the cards that I said wouldn't really belong, is this would be something else or whatever. But this one right here would actually be a Stardust Dragon, which I can't for the life of me find. I don't know why. Or actually, no, this could stay, and then this would be Stardust Dragon. But yeah, you guys get it. So that is pretty much it for the Graydle deck. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's one of my decks that I really liked to play back then. Just be that one guy to steal everything. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for more. I try my best to post Yu-Gi-Oh videos for you guys, but life is kind of hectic that way. If you enjoy, hit the like button, and if you want, share with your friends and hit the subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And I'm always going to be trying my best to make new content for you guys. And look me out on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming eventually, maybe tonight. Who knows? Whenever this video goes up. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.